What's going on, guys? Chase, Ghost Picks Against the Spread, GhostPicksATS.com, coming to you for Saturday, October the 6th, Week 6 college football, guys. We are getting right around the halfway mark of college football, and it has been an exciting season and a very successful season nonetheless thus far. Very early morning coming to you. It's right around 4:30 a.m., and I'm up and at it. I'm excited, coming off of two fantastic days. I want to apologize for apparently not getting a free video out for you on Friday. Actually had the video recorded very early morning Friday, and then had a customer ask me if I was doing a video. Thought the video was already up. Had a free play in the MLB, and then the day just got away from me doing other things. Had a big card on Friday, so apologize for that, but it's okay because I had given you on Thursday a very early play in college football in a line that I thought would change with Iowa -5. So go back, watch that, watch the breakdown that I give you, the contest going on with the Bears tickets. We got a lot going on at Ghost Picks right now. So let's get into a recap of the past 2 days, show you what we've been about. Let's get into another free play, kind of tell you what we're going to do this weekend, and yeah, we will absolutely get rolling. So on Thursday, had a big slate of games. We had one MLB game that we played, and that was the loser that we had. I didn't love the game overall. I didn't have a true love for the Dodgers. I didn't have a true love for the Braves. Obviously, I've had a lot of customers ask me what I felt as far as a series win. And then the people that requested that, the people that, specifically wanted MLB postseason picks, obviously I had Houston and the Dodgers both to win their respective, divisional series. And, just going back, I had somebody that, again, said that they wanted me to recap who I picked for all the divisional championships. Every winner in the divisional, in every division, American League and National League, I got right other than the Cubs. I did have week 1 to win the NL Central. They were the best team as far as talent. Going into September, they had a nice lead, and they gave it away. They let teams get too close. They couldn't stay consistent, and ultimately it cost them. I don't think that they got beat by teams that were necessarily better. It's very hard to gauge one game when you play. I mean, obviously, these teams like the Brewers and the Cubs play each other, many times during the season. So you can't take one game and say, oh, this team won, they're better. That's just not the way it is in baseball. A lot of times it's not the way it is in any sport, but in baseball especially, depending on who's pitching, depending on what the bullpen's sitting at, depending on, what lineup you put out to try to feel out the opposing pitchers and the opposing pitching rotation. But when you get down to a tiebreaker and even a wild card game, all you have is one game. And it's the Cubs' fault that they had to be in that situation. They should have never been in a wild card situation, but nevertheless they were. Every other divisional winner I picked, as well as week 1 picking the Braves to win the East. And I'm actually personally, in my heart, I am somewhat rooting for the Braves. I just know where the talent sits. I know where the experience sits, and the Dodgers are the better team. Just like Houston when it comes to Cleveland. Houston is a much better team. They're better managed in my opinion. They have better pitching. When I say better pitching, more consistent pitching. So there it is. We did take the Braves on the money line on Thursday at big plus money. I didn't love the game, but I had a personal play on the money line on the Braves, so I pushed it out, laying no juice, laying a small amount to win a bigger amount, and that was our loss for the day. We had one NCAA play. We had the over in the Troy-Georgia State game. Nice winner there. 2 NFL plays. We had over in the Patriots game. Nice winner there. And then a top-tier play on the Patriots, laying the points. Easy winner, never a question. You can call it a blowout winner if you want to. Nice, easy win there. And then getting into our day 2 of the NHL, had 3 plays. We had the Chicago Blackhawks, who ended up in overtime winning on a small money line. Go Blackhawks. And then we had the Detroit game, which I actually watched a lot of, that really intrigued me. A nice under there, as well as in overtime, taking it to overtime as a nice underdog and almost winning outright. I think Detroit's still going to have a very rough year, but they're going to have their captain back. I think a lot of things are going to change with Hedrick Zetterberg leaving and officially retiring. I think they're going to do some good things as far as trades. They're going to spend money in the correct ways. And I think with coaching and what's going to happen within the next few years, you're going to see that Detroit team come back. The 22, 23, 24 straight playoff years. The Detroit that essentially ran the NHL. You're going to see it come back. Obviously, it didn't happen last year. That was the first time in well over 20 years they had not made a postseason appearance. I'm not looking for Detroit to make a postseason appearance this year. It could happen, but I see another struggling year with Detroit, and then 2019-20 being somewhat of a kind of a rebirth for them. So be on the lookout for that in the future. And then a top-tier play on the Boston Bruins, small money line, a nice 4-0 shutout. 4-1 in the NHL so far, absolutely rolling. Everybody, we preach what we did in the NHL last year, and we have no doubts that we are going to do it again this year. So rolling right along. MLB's been a great season. Everybody knows that. I could preach that, but we've been preaching it for the last 6 months. Everybody knows what we're about. NHL, we have, we did what we did last year. So college football, MLB, NHL, we're rolling right along. NFL had the really bad week 2 weeks ago, and we made the turnaround last week, and we started out this week, a Monday Night Football winner, 2 Thursday Night Football winners. We're 3-0 thus far this week in NFL, and we don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. So then let's talk about Friday's games. Friday gave out 4 plays total, gave an early game out on Houston. Nice winner there. And then in the later games, we had 1 college football pick. We took Georgia Tech -5 points. Absolute, from the very get-go. They had a touchdown before the game could really even get started, and it was all downhill from there from Louisville. The wheels are falling off of Louisville. You go out there and lose just a depressing game to I don't even know what you want to call Florida State this year. A disappointment maybe, a joke. I don't know what you want to call it, but losing a game like that against, an option team that's, ready for you, that has nothing to lose. They're going out there and they're going to cram it down your throat. And they did it all game. So we won that play, and then we had 2 more Major League Baseball plays. We had the Boston Red Sox, and we had them on the run line. I did not want to lay the heavy juice there. It was 5-0. It was 2-0, 3-0, 5-0, 5-0 sitting even in the later innings. And then they had a bad inning where they let New York come back, get in the game, and then gave up a late home run, which ultimately cost them the run line. They only win by 1. It cost us the hook. And then we had the Dodgers on the run line as our top-tier play of the day with Kershaw on the mound, somebody that I've faded most of the year. I found the value in him today. Nice winner, 3-0 shutout. So a 3-1 day with yet another top-tier winner. We're 9-2 the last 2 days, 3-0 in our top tiers the last 2 days. And this week's going great. It's been a slow week. A slow Monday, a slow Tuesday, a slow Wednesday, because of just how little there is going on in the sports world. Yesterday kicked off what's going to be a big weekend. Last 2 days, giving out 11 plays, 9-2. Couldn't be better. We did lay off in the NHL for Friday. We are geared up and ready to go for NHL on Saturday. Looking at a few plays now that I have circled. Those will be released a little bit later in the day. I'm going to focus on college football in the early going. All plays will be released no later than 10 a.m. Eastern time. I usually have them out by this time, but I've got a few that I'm still just kind of mulling over and seeing how I want to rate these plays. And we'll go from there. So everything by 10 a.m. Eastern will be released. If you want my early college football pick, I put out one on Thursday in the Iowa-Minnesota game, premium play, and I'm going to give you another one here. Before I jump into it, remember the contest that I've got going on for my personal Chicago Bears tickets, my United Club seats with United Club access, $350 face value tickets per ticket. It's a $700 value, guys, tickets that you just can't go out and just buy. I'm giving them away for free And the way you enter this contest is I have 2 days on the website, Saturday, Sunday, $20 per day. You can go buy my Saturday college football card. It will include every college football play I put out with Top Tier for 20 bucks. That's the only sport. Sunday, all NFL with Top Tier. That is the only sport. $20 as well. You can buy one, get entered to win the contest. You can buy both and be entered twice. And then we're going to run that through this weekend and into next week. You will also be able to buy next weekend's for the same price. And then at some point next weekend, we will make an announcement 24 hours prior before I do the announcement of who won. We'll do the announcement. We'll say who won. I will overnight the tickets to that person. The only thing I ask in return is that you do shoot a small video recording yourself opening the tickets on behalf of Ghost Pigs and enjoy a day at Soldier Field on me, on behalf of myself. Ghost Pigs, our Facts First podcast. A lot of big things coming with that, by the way. Hashing out some things with Jimmy and some of the other affiliates. But it's going to be a great thing. So now that we got that, make sure you go check out all the other guys. I think Jack's running a weekend special. I know Jimmy's running one. Derek's running one. Jack's been on fire. I'd say probably the past 10 days overall, Jack's been the hottest handicapper at the site. Derek's on fire. I think Jimmy may have swept 2 days in a row. I know he swept on Friday. Go check out Benny's UFC that he's putting out this weekend. If you are going to pay the money to order the McGregor fight, get wings, get beer, invest the small money to get Benny's package. Make all your investment back that you spent ordering this fight, getting wings, getting beer, and make some money while having a good time with your buddies. Do yourself that favor. All right, let's jump into a free play. I've already given you one free play this week in college football. I'm going to give you another one. I should have 3 sports today that we're going to play: college football, MLB, and NHL. I'm going to give you another college football play. It's going to be in a big marquee matchup, Red River rivalry, Oklahoma, Texas. Last 5 years, it's been a close game. Texas has been just a shitstorm for, recent years, we'll say. Even last year with Baker Mayfield, whom I personally don't like. I've never been high on Oklahoma. I've never bought into the overall hype. I've never thought that they deserve to be college football playoff status. I think there are other teams out there that deserved it more than they did. Last year, case in point, I think Wisconsin was a tier above Oklahoma. Nevertheless, they're still in the Big 12, who's not a good conference, but hey, everybody's got to have a best team. And Oklahoma has been that dominant force for, recent years. And Texas has kept it close. This is a big rivalry. And they've kept it close not only, the last 5 years, very close. They've covered the last 5 years. But this year, I don't see it. We can get it at 7 right now. Obviously, we'll buy the hook. We'll get down to 6.5. But I see right now, every way I break this game down, I see Oklahoma 12 to 14 or 15 points. I see a 2-touchdown win here. I think you've got one of the best, post, Stoops era. I see one of the best offensive minds in college football on the Oklahoma sidelines. And here's the problem. Texas can't run the football. They're like 90th in the country in running the football. And I believe that the Oklahoma defense can make them even more one-dimensional than they already are. Yes, I've been riding Texas a little bit this year. I had Texas, as I gave on Instagram as a free play, to upset TCU in what has been one of the bigger upsets of the year. So I'm all for an underdog. I'm all for a close game. I'm all for an upset. I just don't see the upset here. I think that the public will be more for an upset. I think they'll probably be favoring Texas, based on the short, lived success that Texas has had thus far, being 4-1 this season. But I don't see Texas being able, as a true one-dimensional team here, to be able to keep up with the offensive mind, the offensive power, and the defensive success that Oklahoma's going to put on this field. So I see a double-digit win here. I'll take your 7. I'll buy it down to 6.5, which I've already done. And I'm going to play Oklahoma as a premium play. minus 6.5. That's 2 premium plays that I've given out in college football for this Saturday. Go jump on the weekend packages, Saturday, Sunday, or both. Get entered to win the Bears tickets, guys. And I want to give it away to somebody that's going to go to Soldier Field and have a day that they'll never forget on me. So make sure you go do that. Jump on it. Plays will be released, like I said, no later than 10 a.m. If you are wanting to jump on Saturday's card, don't wait till 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm going to have early games. Don't miss out on, essentially half the plays. I haven't decided my top tier yet. I've got it narrowed down to 2 games that are right there neck and neck. But one of those games is an early 1 o'clock game. I don't know that that'll be it. The other one is in a little bit later game. But if that ends up being the top tier play, don't wait till 1:30 to sign up if you want it and then get mad at me when you didn't get the top tier play. Go jump on that. Go jump on Sunday's card for NFL. We're rolling right along, 3-0 this week in NFL. Let's kill this weekend, guys, and we will get back at it, and we'll do this again for another week. Cannot wait to give away the tickets. I am so excited about it. Anyway, free play, Oklahoma minus 7. We're buying it down to 6.5, going Oklahoma minus 6.5 over Texas. Go check out Thursday's video if you want to see the play that I gave out with Iowa and Minnesota. I will see you back for Sunday NFL, which is going to be a big day yet again. Good luck, God bless, grind on, and let's go hammer it.